If you're a fan of Star Citizen, or maybe you hate the game and want to see how I'm about to conjure up a positive take out of this, when you first heard about Starfield or saw gameplay, I bet you there was a little pang of, oh god, space games are catching up and are going to overcome Star Citizen, and all my investment will be for naught. I'm here to tell you, you can relax. Star Citizen only stands to gain from Starfield and other space games existing in the space. In the space. The first most obvious thing is that each of these games provide completely different experiences, but we can talk about that after, since we've all already thought of that. What I want to talk about is how any outcome of Starfield Success is good for Star Citizen. There are two major outcomes after Starfield's release. The first is that Starfield succeeds, and is a huge commercial success. And the second is that it fails, is full of bugs, empty planets, and everyone hates it. Let's talk about what happens with Star Citizen if Starfield succeeds. If Starfield succeeds, which we know it likely will be a great showcase for open-world story-based space games, which there aren't a lot of, to be honest. No Man's Sky has done a good job of getting people used to these kind of games, but still has a lot of issues that cause players to become fatigued over time. It could be repetitive content, not knowing what to do, or lackluster story. Starfield would aim to solve a lot of these things by limiting its ambitions and focusing on what Bethesda games do well: a complete main quest, fun character builds, and worthwhile exploration. These are all things that could push people towards a game like Squadron 42, Star Citizen's currently unreleased single-player game, and likely eventual interest in the persistent universe, the MMO part, of Star Citizen down the road. Overall interest for space games will skyrocket. And with Star Citizen providing things that Starfield doesn't, it will always hold its own place. Starfield's lack of seamless planet-to-space transitions, along with their, from what it looks like, arcadey space combat, it's a good introduction that could very well leave people wanting more out of their experience, saying, what if I could enter and exit the atmosphere at will? Or what if this combat was a little more complicated? With Star Citizen providing these things, I could very well see people jumping over to try it out after a few playthroughs of Starfield, rather than thinking, Starfield has it all, I don't need anything else. Also, Bethesda games are known for bugs, and whilst they said they fixed their engine up, you know there's gonna be some wacky stuff. And desensitizing players to bugs in space games can only be a good thing for Star Citizen if we're being honest. Starfield will not replace anyone's interest in playing Star Citizen, only increase it. Now let's cover what happens if it fails. First, we have to define reasons we think it could fail. The most immediate thing I think comes to people's mind has to be the fact that Starfield will include over 1,000 planets. That is a lot of planets. Sure, No Man's Sky is more, as does Elite Dangerous, but those planets often end in functionality past exploration. No Man's Sky has remedied this with a lot of procedurally generated outposts and attractions, but after a while it becomes samey. If Starfield doesn't address the issue of empty space with bespoke missions, loot, or buildings in these locations, the appeal of its size might very well quickly fall away. This is good for Star Citizen in that while Star Citizen does use procedural generation, they're well known for handcrafting most of their spaces, including painting planets with foliage, caves, etc. A fail for Starfield would be a comparison video waiting to happen in favor of Star Citizen. Well, when CIG gets around to expanding the exploration gameplay loop. At least derelicts and missions on outposts sort of band-aid this in Star Citizen for now. And to be realistic, people are probably going to be playing Starfield for years before they get that interest in Star Citizen, so CIG's got some time. Another large elephant in the room is the alleged development time. Now, Starfield claims 25 years in the making, but we have to assume that included likely a decade or more of a concept sitting on paper collecting dust. Either way, they claim 25 years, so they have to live by 25 years. That kind of makes Star Citizen's development time of 10 years, which includes conceptualization, look not so bad for a game of this size anymore. More so if Starfield has a lot of holes or No Man's Sky has launch. Especially considering Squadron 42, the single-player game, is in development concurrently to Star Citizen. A failure for Starfield would only give validation to Star Citizen's development. Granted, it could have been smoother, but people may lay off CIG a bit more. Nah, who am I kidding? Can't wait for the next Kotaku hit piece. These are just my initial thoughts I scribbled onto a piece of paper. Let me know if I missed any points for what success or failure of Starfield could mean for Star Citizen in the comments, because I likely forgot something. I wrote this script in extreme heat and my brain don't do good with hot. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you liked the piece and want to see more.